Hi, this is Rian Peterson, founder of SalesFlow and Blue Oceans Consulting, and I want to welcome you to this complimentary training session where I'm going to share our strategy we use for our clients and for ourselves to scale their businesses massively. I'm going to do my best to do this in less than 20-25 minutes, as I know anyone's busy. And let's dive right in so I can show you what you should be doing in your consulting practice in order to generate a flow of new clients. So why do we say we need to change our strategies? And I'm just going to run through a couple of points that are happening out there in the market. As many consultants, coaches, advisors are very, very good at what they do, but they struggle to scale their businesses with new clients. In other words, they are not seeing enough new clients come through the door so they can present their solutions and actually sign up new clients. And this is a real challenge for a lot of consultants and coaches out there. Most don't have a solid system in place that generates new clients regularly, and they got to start from scratch every month. And what I mean by this is they implement a prospecting process that is old school. In other words, they literally have to get in contact with people on a month-to-month basis in order to sell their services, in order to sign new clients. And this is not sustainable in any business if you need to start from scratch every month. And most people out there and most consultants and advisors do not understand the problem that they really solve for their clients, and therefore don't attract the right kind of clients in their business. And unless you solve a real problem that clients can actually associate with, you're going to struggle building your business in this environment, because we just have so many guys out there. I'm going to give you a very, very short intro about myself and my team. I've been consulting in the corporate and B2B environment in sales and marketing for more than 28 years. And during this time, I've worked with some of the top executives from some of the largest companies from around the world. And I've personally led some of the top sales teams and consulting teams in various industries. So I really understand how difficult it is for professionals to grow their client base if they don't want to utilize old school cold calling techniques or spam emailing techniques. And this is one of the reasons we formed SalesFlow and our prospecting bootcamp, that we can show people how they can do it. And it's very simple when you implement it. And as a team, we've got more than 150 years of combined sales and marketing experience. And we personally, and this is very important, we personally use this strategy that I'm going to show you to attract more than 50 new potential clients every month. And we implement exactly the same thing for our clients, and they do the same. They have the same kind of successes in their businesses. And when it comes to our clients, the very important thing that you need to understand is we deliver results. So we don't just talk. It's only about results for our clients as quick as possible, that they can start seeing the results in their business. And that is what our business is about. Now, if we continue, and I'll show you what you're going to learn today and what I'm going to discuss today, you'll understand where this webinar training is going. And first of all, we're going to discuss why you need to adapt in this environment. Why is it imperative that we start implementing different strategies in our business? I'll talk you through your signature offering, which has become imperative for clients to understand, and what that is, and I'll show you what that is and why it's so important. How to figure out what problem you really solve for your clients, that they understand it. I get so many consultants that come to me and I say, what is it that you do? And they go off on a tangent and they explain, and I say, I don't get what you're trying to solve for me. What is the problem? What do you address in my life, and why should clients really pay attention to what you're doing? So unless you're very clear about that, you're going to struggle going forward. How to package your offering so clients can understand it, maybe in a step-by-step process or outcome-based. I'm going to take you there, and when you do business with me, that's the outcome for you. So how do you package that clients can actually understand that package offering and your signature offering? We're going to talk about how to build your credibility so clients see you as an authority in your industry, which is pretty important for certain consultants out there, to be an authority and to have credibility before clients engage. We're going to talk about how to get clients to come to you, so you don't have to reach out and you don't have to feel unprofessional or cold calling into a market, for instance, that many people are still doing. And we'll discuss on a call. I'm going to offer you the opportunity after this training session to do a call with me, which is complimentary, that I'll actually talk you through what you should be doing in your practice. But let's just stand still and clarify who this webinar is for, that you understand that you're in the right place. So if you're a coach, consultant, professional services provider, maybe an advisor, even accountants, attorneys, and the growth of your business depends on getting new clients, then you're in the right place. Ask yourself this: is this you? You've been in business for some time now, and you need to take your business to the next level. You need to implement a strategy that will actually grow your business to the next level and not stagnate to where you are. Your current strategies are potentially not sustainable, and you don't have a secure system in place for getting new clients, for clients to reach out to you on a daily and a weekly and a monthly basis. You might work in a field where you find there are thousands of competitors out there and you need to differentiate yourself. Or you may be not sure where to begin with marketing. There's a lot of noise out there and most people don't understand what is the strategy they need to implement. And if we look at how many people are still doing it out there, it's either cold calling, print media, a lot of people are blogging themselves to death, spam emailing on databases, networking, referrals, door knocking. All these things have a place in marketing strategies, but unfortunately, these what we refer to as dinosaur techniques don't deliver something that is sustainable in your business. And although if you can grow your business on referrals, it's brilliant. But unfortunately, for most consultants out there and advisors and coaches, they just don't have a big enough base to grow their business on these strategies. Print media as well. Print media, unfortunately, doesn't deliver what it used to deliver. So let's stand still and just discuss what has changed. So back in the day, selling and getting your service in front of people was a lot easier because we didn't have the technology that we currently have. And currently in this environment, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, a lot of people hate being sold to. Ask yourself if you like being sold to. Absolutely not. But you're always buying services and items. So you like purchasing things and staying on top of what is happening out in the marketplace, but you hate being sold to. And that's one of the things that people are very in tune with. And the way people engage because of the internet and because of all these technology changes and disruptions out there, the way people engage or buy has changed drastically. Back in the day when you bought a car, you walked into the dealership and you called the salesperson over. These days, you have the information. So the way you buy has changed drastically. And you need to accept that it's changed for your clients as well. Most consultants out there have just not been trained in marketing. Many of us have been trained in sales techniques and closing and boxing people in and getting the yes. But marketing is a different kettle of fish, and marketing actually leads sales. And when you have the right conversation with clients, it just makes your day job a lot easier, that you can actually just implement your services to clients that want to speak to you. You may need to elevate yourself above the competitors. There's a lot of competition out there. Or you need a steady stream of new clients on a daily or a weekly or a monthly basis to reach out to you. So these are the main items that have changed. And unfortunately, unless we adapt new strategies to engage clients, we're not going to have the results and we're not going to be able to scale our businesses drastically in this environment. So what do you need to do? Step number one, before you do anything else, you need to sit down and figure out what problem you really solve for clients. Now, it might seem obvious for you, but when you engage your clients and when clients come to you, they need to understand what is the problem that you really solve. And unless you solve a problem for clients, unless you address a specific need in the industry that is really a challenge for people, you're going to struggle getting in front of them. And you might say to me, yeah, but I'm an insurance broker or I'm a business coach and there's 1,000 guys out there. I'm going to talk you through the strategy that you need to implement that people can actually associate with what you're doing. You need to be absolutely clear on your offer to clients and what the outcome is that they can expect when they work with you. Are you going to take me from X to Y in 6 months, and where will I end up? And once we start doing that, and I'll go over to the next step that you need to do, and that is creating a signature offering. And a signature offering is a very simple way to position yourself as an authority and Differentiate yourself from the thousands or hundreds of competitors out there. And once you have your signature offering, it's a lot easier for clients, and it's a lot easier for you to reach out to clients via all these digital platforms that we have available to us. You need to show clients what the end result is when they work with you and what problem you really solve for them. Unless you can do that, and that you address in your signature offering, and we have a step-by-step process that we talk you through on how to create this signature offering. And it makes it very simple for clients to understand why they should do business with you once you address the problem, and they will start reaching out to you. You also need to zero into your exact target audience, because you don't want to service the entire market. You want to service a specific audience that is prepared to pay for your service, and maybe they're prepared to pay top dollar because your service takes them to a place that they want to be. So once you address that problem, and you guarantee you're going to take them to that with 5 steps or 10 steps or 20 steps or whatever your program or whatever you're selling, even if it's in the telecoms industry, and you're going to deliver a service, ensure that you zero into a target audience that understands why they should do business with you and not the other 1,000 people out there. So focus on solving their problems. Period. That is what you need to focus on. You need to lay awake about your client's problems. And if you're that determined to solve their problems, the system is a lot easier to attract. Understand this, that people don't buy services, but they buy solutions. So when you design your signature offering, ensure that you have the solution and the end goal in mind. Identify exactly what you do for your clients and what business or life problems you solve with absolute clarity. You need to pinpoint the outcome that people will reach when they work with you. In other words, I'm going to take you to that point, and that's where you want to be, so you can associate why you should do business with me. And you need to identify who you want to work with as your clients. Is it high-paying individuals? Is it corporate executives? Is it small, medium enterprise engineers? You need to start focusing on that specific target audience, that you can start understanding them and reaching out, and then they will start reach out to you. You need to craft a journey in your signature offering so clients understand the end result of doing business with you. And maybe you need to design a step-by-step process for them that they can clearly understand it. When we talk about generating clients coming into your business, you can follow 2 strategies. Strategy number 1 is a manual process, and a manual process means you can automate about 60 to 80% of the implementation of this, but there's still that 20-30% manual interaction that you're going to have to drive on a weekly basis. Obviously, we try to automate the process for most of our clients, because none of us have time to spend on prospecting or reaching out to clients on a day-to-day basis. We actually want clients to come to us, but I'm going to explain the manual process to you. And the manual process, if you're a serious professional, has to include LinkedIn, because you've got most of your decision makers. You've got 5.7 million decision makers on LinkedIn alone. Now, I know there's been a lot said and done and not done on LinkedIn, and for most people, LinkedIn doesn't work. I personally have been using LinkedIn for 6-7 years, and I've not reached out to a client in those 7 years. Most of my clients come to me. You can influence, you can connect with the right kind of clients. And when I say influence, there's various ways and strategies that I'll show you what you should implement to get clients to reach out to you. You can search for the right targeted prospects over LinkedIn. There's a search engine behind, so you can delve straight into what area, what job description, size of the company, whatever you want to deal with as a client. You can search for that prospect and start connecting with those people. Build your credibility, become an authority before you meet prospective buyers, which has become quite important. Now, what you got to focus on is setting up your profile that people would actually accept your connection. And there's ways that I can, when we do our telephone call, I'll show you there's a little tool that you can implement that invites people on your behalf. You just set the peripherals, and this tool will invite up to 2,000 people a month to connect with you. So things have become a lot easier to target into your prospective clients. If you look at your profile setup, I'm not going to say a lot about this, but what you need to focus on is especially that second line. You'll see mine says helping consultants, advisors, coaches, and service professionals get more clients and market themselves professionally. It's very important that you have a clear picture, and this is where your signature offering comes in, that you got to spend time on the problem that you solve and the signature offering that you deliver to people, and that's your LinkedIn profile that you engage people with. They fully appreciate and understand what it is you do, otherwise they're not going to connect with you. And if they connect with you, make sure that you connect to your right target audience. Now, we used to write articles, we used to blog and do all those things. What really works these days is video engagement, very short, 30-second, minute, 2-minute video engagements with clients. And you'll see on this specific video that I did a couple of months ago, the heading was Stop Selling and Start Attracting the Right Clients to Come to You. Just on that, within about a week, I had 3,987 views. Now that's nearly 4,000 people that viewed the video. And some of them might not know me. Some of them might not know about me. But most of these guys I'm connected with, and if I wasn't connected, they would come and start connecting with me. So it's a very good way of advising and building that ever so important credibility that some of you require over these platforms. Another way to engage, and I'll show you how to do that now, is to write your own white paper. Now, a very simple term for a white paper is a document that addresses a certain challenge. So you've gone and designed your signature offering. That signature offering addresses a problem in a specific market sector. You write a paper that discusses that problem and how people should solve it with a very clear, what we call to action at the end, to say, if you want more information or you want me to come and solve this problem in your business, pop me an email or set up a call with me. This you can then use to engage your LinkedIn connections once you grow that connection. And it's a very, very simple way of adding value. Once people have read it, you can literally pick up the phone and say, Tony, did you find value in this paper? Can we have a discussion? Because I think I can add some more value. So it moves away from that old school, cold approach that a lot of people still use, or media advertising that doesn't deliver, or spam emailing people, or door knocking on people. This is a way, if you want to do the manual approach in your business to grow it, that you can actually engage people by adding value. And then you can pick up the phone, because then it's not a cold call. Then you've delivered value. The fourth step that you need to start engaging with, and you need to start doing this, is creating your own webinar or video. Now, what we are doing right now is a webinar. And it's a very good way of engaging, because there's no pressure. It's not sleazy, salesy kind of talk that we're having. I'm addressing a specific problem. And once you've got your signature offering and the problem that you solve for your clients completely written down and understand it in a document that you understand the steps, it's very easy for you to do the same and engage people via a webinar, and then to automate the process. So it's a platform to explain how you solve people's problems. You can introduce your unique services to people without a sleazy sales approach, because a webinar, if done correctly, is a very, very powerful tool. Even video engagements, and I'll show you how you use that video engagement to drive people to you. And the greatest thing about this is we all know what that elevator pitch is. And in the old sales techniques, there was this elevator pitch. But this is a way to automate your elevator pitch and put it in front of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. And those people that associate with the problem that you solve will come to you. And you can pre-record what we call an evergreen webinar. You pre-record your, let's call it the old elevator sales pitch, but it's not quite that. If you do it properly, you solve a problem for a client, you give them opportunity to work with you in solving that problem if they have that specific problem. So it's an elevator pitch on steroids. It's not pushy, it's not salesy, and it's not cold. Pre-record it, and it works for you day in and day out, even while you're sleeping. So now you have a choice to automate the process or keep it manual. Like I said before, we prefer the manual process because we're really busy with our clients and solving our clients' problems and engaging new clients and building our base. And that's what we try and implement for most of our clients. But if you had to choose the first option where you manually engage, you would, for instance, you've set up your LinkedIn profile, you have invited people to connect with you, you've compiled a very short video introduction of the problem that you solve. From there, people click that video link and it opens your webinar, which is a 15-20-minute discussion on the problem you solve and why people should be working with you. And that you can then put in front of your LinkedIn connections, and it's not cold and it's not spam, but it's actually adding value. And those people that have that challenge will start reaching out to you. So you can do it manually, or you can automate the entire process via Facebook or LinkedIn, where it's 100% automated, that you've got your video, you might have a white paper, you've got your webinar, and you can literally send that process over an advertising campaign. And I'll talk you through the automated process. So we show our clients how to do an introduction video, maximum of a minute, to discuss a problem. And those that want to see how to solve the problem, we give a link and say, click here. And we send this over LinkedIn or Facebook advertising, and we can reach the entire market that we want to engage. We can engage 100,000 people. We can engage 1 million people worldwide. We don't have to stick to South Africa. And whoever is interested in what we have to say will click a link. And from the link, the prospective clients will either go to a landing page that you've compiled, which is a small website page with a webinar embedded, exactly what you guys did to actually look at this webinar of mine. Exactly the same process. You were interested in what I have to say. You clicked an ad, or you clicked an email, or you clicked something that was put in front of you. It resonated with you. You went to the webinar. Here you are, listening to the webinar. And you would do exactly the same for your clients once you've got that signature offering and the problem that you're solving. Once you've compiled this, people will book a call if they are interested in solving that problem. So once again, not salesy. There's no sales pitch involved. It's a challenge that you solve for people, and it's very, very spot on with potentially their challenge that they have in their business. And just to give you an example at the bottom, on one of the webinars that we did, we have, and this was in March of this year, we had 232 calls requested from 1,200 people that read the script and saw their advertising campaign. So guys, that's like a 19% request rate, and that's 232 potential clients that came to us in our business. It's more than we can handle, but it shows you the power of automating this. And the outcome of this strategy, once you implement this strategy, you'll have absolute clarity for prospective clients on the problem that you solve and why they should do business with you. And that means that you can focus on talking to the right clients instead of wasting your time with prospecting and talking to the wrong people and worrying about where your next client will come from. You will absolutely differentiate yourself from all your competitors out there, and you can fully automate the process that every morning when you wake up, you've got 2 or 3 clients requesting a call with you, in which you will then determine, can you add value to their business? Do you actually want to do business with them? And do they want to do business with you? It takes the pressure off the growth of your business or selling your services, because you've got enough people in the pipeline to have a discussion with and actually choose the perfect client that you want to deal with. Doesn't that sound awesome? We, in our prospecting bootcamp for professionals, we offer a next step to our clients. And if you are not sure how to compile that signature offering or exactly how to implement the strategy, we'd love to do a call with you and talk you through the process. More value that we'll add for you in the call. Talk you through the process of how you can actually go about scaling your business and what you should be looking at once we understand who you are and what kind of industry you service. And during this call, we'll discuss how you should craft your signature offering and figure out what problem you actually solve for your clients. And that's a fascinating concept, because most people don't understand what that problem is that they really solve for their clients. We'll discuss what you should look out for to have absolute clarity on the outcome to create an offering for your clients. The clients understand what is the outcome when they do business with you. And we'll talk you through the process of creating a personal introduction video, a webinar that addresses a problem or solves a specific problem in an industry, or possibly a white paper. We'll tell you what the differences are and how you go about it. And for many people, this is very scary because they've never recorded themselves or recorded a video or a webinar. It's quite simple once you understand how to do it, guys. And initially, we just try and help you to create those things to automate your process. And on the call, we'll also discuss the automation process that you can understand whether or not this is a strategy for you, or maybe it's not a strategy for you. So for those guys that are interested, it's a complimentary call, guys. This is adding more value. And if you want to just discuss the finer details and understand how we could potentially work together to build your business, reach out to us now, book a call on this webinar. You'll see the action button at the bottom. Let's set up a time that suits you, have a 15, 20, 30-minute conversation, and figure out how we can help you in your business to grow. It's great talking to you. And once again, thank you for watching this webinar, and hope to catch you soon. Cheers, guys.